Hello.
Hi.
I've got a bear behind.
Oh yeah. Well, he's very cute.
How are we doing, everyone? Hi to any Patreons or channel members watching this on the replay. Thank you guys so much. Vegan Realist is in the house. DB Vegan. When I see DB, especially capitalised, I think dumbbells. That's how I annotate my logbook. Just a little excursion into my mind there, how that works. I hope that was interesting. Probably not. Eliza the Vegan, check her channel out. Melita Lowe, what a lovely name. Hi to you. Vegan Cat is also here. Angharad, good evening everyone from my mum. How did you get on today, Angharad? How did you get on today? Good, I hope. Sarah Roberts in the Hizzy. Whilst Music Hey Veggie Fan got to volunteer at a sanctuary yesterday and pet all the animals. Oh, we want that.
Speaking of sanctuaries, please can you all follow Eden Sanctuary on Instagram. Eden Sanctuary. And if you can, if you feel like you want to, donate to them or just share something of theirs. They've got they rescue animals from bad situations, and they've got like a month or something to raise quite a lot of money in order to keep going. They need to get some land or something, or they're going to be screwed. I saw that yesterday. I saw Family Freedom shared that, and I thought, oh, let's do something. Maybe we would do a live stream to raise money or something.
Eden Sanctuary, you say?
Eden Sanctuary. Please follow them. Yeah.
Well, they got to raise 40 grand and they've done about 11 so far.
I don't know, something like that. I don't know. They've raised quite a bit, but they need to raise a lot more.
Please
follow them.
Vegemite Codbard in the Hay House, Stacey Langley, JP001, Jotaro. It didn't come home. It's going away. It's going. Football's going away.
Some people got very mad about that, didn't they? Very mad.
Yes.
Very grumpy.
I made the mistake of watching it. I knew better. I knew better. Yeah. There you go. Jotaro, does anyone know where I can buy frozen kale in the UK?
No. Spinach I always get frozen, but not kale. I'm
just going to do a quick... You've probably done a quick Google. Buy frozen kale UK. Ocado. Oh no, that's not. Oh, that is frozen. Ocado do it, so you can get a delivery. They've got 2 different brands.
Very good.
Oh, Iceland as well. Curly kale, 1 kilo frozen. Morrison's. Where can't you get it? Where can't you get it? Oh, Tesco kale leaf, 300 grams. Frozen for small or large handfuls as required. You can even get it in Tesco. Boom. Good old Uncle Google.
Yeah.
He's your friend. Matthew Carvel's in the house. Good to see you. Good old Chris Grant's here. Okay, I'll put it in the freezer. Job done. Nice. Timo, hello. Vin Vegan. Even Paul and Gemma, I hope you all had a great day today. What are your thoughts on maple syrup, please? Alzheimer's disease. I mean, it seriously would raise your risk for getting Alzheimer's disease because it's a free sugar not attached to fibre. So I'm not a fan, although I have got through quite a lot of it in the past. Yeah, it's not something I would have now willingly, certainly not in very large amounts. Melita, homemade kale crisps are nice. Yeah, well said. Well said. Entirely honest in the Hangout. Hi to you. Coco the Nut. Hi, how's Hench? I'm great. I'm really thriving today. I don't know if it's the fact that, you know, like just life's going really swimmingly. Like business is on the up. You know, getting a bit more views and things. Obviously, I've got the best partner in the world. You know, opportunities are coming our way. But also, I did a cheeky little microdose today as well, which don't hurt. The cowboy or cat just looked at me earlier and did the, you know, cats when they close their eyes slowly, it means they kind of like trust and love you. And that just melted my heart, and I just felt so much love for that little animal. It brought me to tears. That's how I am. Crazy Crash. Hey Hench, I can't wait to get a picture of you at the camp out. Are you up for some posing? I'm never not doing it. Guys, follow our new page, Hench Herbivore Community on Facebook. And then one or both of the days we'll make an announcement in there where and when to meet, and we'll all hook up. We'll do a big group photo, all flexing, and we'll hang out for a bit. That'll be very, very cool. Yeah. Been vegan. Thanks, Paul. Would date syrup be better? If you some commercial brands, I think, take out the fibre. I've been told, but if you just whiz up dates with water, yeah, that's fine because you got like the fibre there to slow the absorption of the sugars. So that would be good. That's the only kind of sweetener I really rate, to be honest.
Date sugar we use on occasion, which is just dried pulverised dates. So our desserts book there we teach you all about how to make desserts only with date sugar, date syrup, and other just fresh and dried fruits. Yeah, you definitely can. You know, eat a whole foods healthy diet without any kind of refined sugars at all. You can do it. You just have to sometimes learn a couple of tricks, don't you, about how to go about things.
Tom Nielsen, been following you on Instagram for a while. Love your account, so I thought I'd come and hang out. Live life on the veg.
Oh.
What's her name? Ruth Knapp did a painting of that phrase for Erpingham House.
Yeah,
thank you, Tom Nielsen. We really appreciate your kind words. It means a hell of a lot to us, actually. So, welcome to the stream. Where in the world are you? How's the vegan scene there? And how is veganism treating you, my friend? Vezar, what's the difference between animal fat and plant fats, excluding coconut oil? Yeah, so you're probably aware coconut oil, palm kernel oil, and cocoa butter have these same kind of long chain triglycerides, these certain types of saturated fats that, you know, really do raise your risk for heart disease, something terrible. There's a lot of different types of saturated fat. Short chain fatty acids are one type, and that's like the healthiest thing. You want as many short chain fatty acids in your body as possible, and basically good gut microbes make those from fibre, so soluble fibre, refined starch, what's it called? Resistant starch and polyphenols. So basically eat whole plant foods. And then there's other sat fats which aren't so bad. Yeah, so the ones in plants, excluding those 4 sources I cited, they tend to be not so like damaging. They're sort of okay. I mean, you probably don't want to go overboard on a lot of these as well, but you know, a bit. You know, mostly from plants you're getting the, you know, the polyunsaturated fats and some monounsaturated. So, yeah, it's not really a concern other than those 4 really naughty ones. I seek to exclude oil as well, particularly coconut oil. You know, whether you can get away with a couple of servings, like tablespoons of olive oil and an otherwise whole foods plant-based diet and it not do really anything like overall. We don't really know. But I think we can infer that likely a whole foods diet, completely whole foods, is healthy because it's got more of the good stuff, more fibre. So yeah, I just exclude all oils, to be honest. If I'm out, like, you know, and it's harder to get, you know, most people cook with a bit of oil. You know, I'm not too anal about it, and if there's a bit of olive oil in a dish and it's either eat that or starve, like, I'll eat it. But I prefer to swerve it when possible. We certainly don't have it at home. Stacey Langley, your vegan chicken mayo recipe looks delicious. It is really good.
Yeah.
It is really tasty. Is Vital Wheat gluten easy to find in the supermarket? Never used it before.
I don't think we've ever bought it from the supermarket. I get it online, so...
Do you think a larger supermarket, particularly if they've got a vegan ambient aisle?
Maybe. Certainly in the UK I've never seen it, but so I'd get it from like buy Whole Foods online or Amazon, you know, those sort of places. Yeah, it's quite cheap and it is a really good recipe. Yeah, so far we've like made a sandwich. What else?
My
sandwich. We did a
sandwich.
chicken mayo salad last night. I'm going to try and do a chicken stir fry with it as well actually tomorrow. Yeah, really good stuff. Definitely try that. Yeah, do check out our latest video, guys. It is the best ever homemade vegan chicken mayo recipe. It's honestly, on the scale of things, it's going to be like the healthiest chicken replacement because it's just whole foods and Vital Wheat gluten. So provided you've not got celiac disease, like, that's going to be as healthy as it's going to get. There's no oil in there. There's no added like fats. Just good stuff and like Vital Wheat gluten. And then the mayo is healthy as well. It's just super tasty, really delicious. There's no oil in there. It's fatty because of cashew butter. You could use another nut butter if you wanted to as well. And it's got silken tofu, so yeah.
53 grams of protein per serving. 53. The average serve of chicken breast is about 25 grams of protein. So yeah. Timo, does dietary cholesterol raise cholesterol levels? Yes. I read some Harvard article saying no. The only way a study would not find that dietary cholesterol raises cholesterol is if all the participants have like good amounts of cholesterol, sat fat and trans fats already in their diet. If you then put a control group of whole foods vegans in the diet with no dietary cholesterol, like none of the very long chain fatty acids, like those horrible saturates or trans fats, you'll see that their serum LDL, their total cholesterol, is very low, particularly the LDL, and you'll see that all the other people, you know, regardless, say for instance, there was a study where they had people eating 1, 2 or 3 eggs a day on top of the rest of their diet. Yeah, it made virtually no difference. It's because their diet was already shocking and they already had sky high cholesterol levels. Again, put a whole foods vegan in there, you'll see that their LDL is through the floor to the point where you can't even lay down atherosclerosis. I'll be a bit shocked if Harvard did that study and they came out with that. Like, that's some crazy nonsense. And I would look to see who funded that study, because that's complete BS.
There we are.
Anchorhead, today wasn't too bad, thank you. Good. It was a heart scan. Unfortunately, it has got a bit worse since last time. We'll keep a close eye on things. Let's send Anchorhead some love, please.
Yeah.
Because she's a lovely person.
Yeah.
We care deeply for her.
She really is a lovely person. Yeah. I wish nothing for the best for that girl.
Yeah. Dan's in the house. Good to see you. John Doe. Good to see you back again. Fahad. Good to see you, brother. Crazy Crash. Sounds awesome. A few questions for you. How tall are you in feet? 6 exactly. An opinion on vegan gains. Yeah, he does some great stuff. I find them a little bit obnoxious. I used to find him a bit arrogant, and then his arrogance turned into obnoxiousness when he presumed to tell me what to do. So now I have nothing to do with the guy. But he does great. He's very intelligent. He does great stuff. Nothing against him, but he was a bit of a bell-end to me. So he's gone. Lorraine Heady in the house. Jotaro, what about raisins as a sweet? Yeah, any whole plant food. I find dates work sort of well. Raisins, you know, they have a bit of a unique flavour, don't they? And it doesn't always go in everything. I've found, but yeah, you put them in like a porridge or cakes or whatever. Yeah, it's super sugary. Yeah, for sure.
We recently made a like hoisin sauce that you can use for a stir fry.
No, actually, they work well in there, don't they?
Yeah, we made a sauce, and hoisin sauce is pretty much just loads of sugar. Lots of sauces are. They're mostly just sugar. It's really annoying. So we put raisins in for the sweetness, and it was delicious. Maybe we might put that in our new cookbook. Perhaps we did a video, I think, recipe video, somewhere, some point. Yeah.
You're welcome, Vegan, Lorraine, Edie, and the Hizzy. I've already said all this, haven't I? The Gold Style. That's a cool name. I live in Berlin. It's amazing. Moved here from Canada, and the vegan scene is amazing. Brilliant. Well, I focus on whole foods, plant-based. There are many wonderful restaurants to discover. Very good. Very good. Nice. Nelly, is agave healthier than maple syrup? From my perspective, it's a little bit like asking, is it better to be shot or stabbed? But on the scale of things, if anything, I think maple syrup has a lower glycemic index, so like it might not be quite so horrendous on your blood sugar, but it's still raising your risk for Alzheimer's, which is one of the fastest growing diseases that, tends to kill people, and it just ruins the end of your life. If you get that, you're going to be scared, you're going to be confused, you're going to be relying on family, you'll feel like a burden, and there's no way to end your life. So I prefer not to get shot or stabbed. Mark Crossy, Carnist Police, good name. Good to see you guys. Crazy Crash, have you tried Naked Glory chicken style pieces? No, we don't really eat much in the way of processed foods, really. The Townsend family. I have Crohn's. I am trying out vegan this month. I've already suffer. As more vegetables. Any tips? Crohn's. So I had a client. He was actually the Norwich City Football Club captain, and he had ulcerative colitis. And going Whole Foods plant-based cured him. Actually, what's the deal with Crohn's? I've not worked with anyone with Crohn's. Okay, so it's another inflammatory bowel disease, isn't it? So I think the main things for you are going to be avoiding sulfites. So avoiding like too much in the way of sulfur-containing amino acids. So by getting off animal products, that will actually be a huge benefit in and of itself. But other than that, you want to avoid sulfites, which are found in things like wine. Sulfur dioxide as a preservative in dried fruit, desiccated coconut. These are the main things that kick everything off. Other than that, I don't really know. Would maybe FODMAP be of a benefit?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so there's...
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I would defer you to my good friend Goji, man. I would have a word with him, another YouTuber, nutritionist. He specialises in gut health, and I sought his help when I developed SIBO a couple of years back, and he got me right on track. He really is very good at gut health.
Sounds like you're saying you're worried because you'll have more vegetables. So it sounds like what you're saying is that vegetables can cause you problems sometimes. So you could definitely contact Goji Man and watch some of his content. Look on his channel and see if he's got any videos about Crohn's.
Yeah.
And you could try out. You could look up the FODMAP diet. So it's basically just a load of. It's an acronym and it stands for like different.
Fermentable monosaccharides and polyols.
So different types of fibers.
Yeah, sort of sugars and yeah.
That most likely bother people's guts when they have a pre-existing condition. It's things that you might expect, like legumes, So what you could do is, if you are having any problems, you could check out that diet temporarily and avoid high FODMAP foods, and that could be really helpful for you. It helps a lot of people actually. It's not like meant to be a long-term thing because there's a lot of foods that you have to avoid, But it's great in the interim if you are, if you're struggling.
Also, I just posted a video in the chat, and this is 2 months old from nutritionfacts.org, saying the best diet for Crohn's. And he says for both Crohn's and ulcerative colitis, it is whole foods plant-based. So you're doing the right thing. Yeah, but have a listen to Dr. Gregor. He knows his stuff. Okay. And good luck. Good luck. Tom Nielsen is in Shropshire. Where do I know Shropshire from? Shropshire Library. When I was in high school, we had to do this thing for computer studies, and it was all based on Shropshire libraries. That's my knowledge of Shropshire. I'm a bit rubbish. Vegan scene is okay. That's good to hear. 8 years vegan. Wow, that's a long time. And one of the most important decisions I've made. However, starting weightlifting a year ago, so wanting more nutritional advice to help with the gains. So, if you've not got fat to lose and you're just running a grey, or we're just eating a slight caloric surplus, so your weight's going up every week, just like a little bit, like a couple of 100 calories, probably all you need. So your weight's going up. And every week, first thing in the morning, after the loo, before you eat or drink anything, weigh yourself. That's your true weight, because it'll fluctuate throughout the days you eat and drink and whatever. 1 week later, weigh yourself under the same conditions. If you've gone up, quarter of a pound or something, great, keep doing that. Once that's, over time, that'll stall as you get heavier and stronger. And you'll have to keep tweaking it up. If you've got fat to lose, maybe you want to do a recomp, so you can eat at maintenance calories and then hopefully burn a bit of fat and build a bit of muscle. That'll work for at least a while. If you're in a caloric surplus, you only need 1.6 grams of protein per kilo of leanish body weight per day maximum. So it's not a whole lot. For me, it's like a couple of 100 grams. If you're doing a recomp, or if you ever cut, it can behoove you to actually go higher in protein, believe it or not, and more like 2 grams of protein per kilo of leanish body weight per day may be nearer the mark. Put all your food into the Chronometer app. Make sure you're getting your micronutrients, because it's not just your macros. You need macros as well, to make steroid hormones and things. Vitamin D3. Make sure you're optimized for the average adult. 2,000 IUs a day if you're not getting any sun. And one of the 3,000 odd things that we know that vitamin D does for us, it's not a vitamin, it's a hormone. 1,2,5-dihydroxycalciferol. It lowers your sex hormone binding globulin to give you more free testosterone. So it's a bit like taking anabolic steroids, but not in a bad way. It's giving you what you should have to work with, but because we're generally isolated from the sun, and we're not in our normal environment where we, the environment that we evolved in, that can be a huge benefit to add some vitamin D in. So that's my main keys. Download, below the video, download my free guide, How to Eat Plant-Based Successfully. It's all in there, basically. It's all in there. We've got a book, Where Do You Get Your Protein, which is full of bodybuilding recipes. So that's only $4.99 at the minute, half price, link below. But there's loads of free videos on the channel, so it's not like you sort of need it. Loads of recipes, loads of what I eat in a day videos. So I hope that helps. Any other questions? Fire away. Sarah, Paul and Gemma, I've been obsessed with tempeh BLTs lately. What do you think about tempeh in it, if you like it, and what's your favourite way to make it? I'll let you field this one. I've done a lot of yapping tonight.
I think tempeh is blooming marvellous.
Nutritionally, it's amazing. It's whole foods plus. It's like fermented. You got what's that called? The root of
mycelium.
Mushrooms. Mycelium holds it together. It's fermented. It's digestible. Yeah. Very good nutritional profile.
Yeah, it's got a really unique sort of flavour, and tempeh bacon's one of my absolute favourite things. Yeah, I say get it in you. Another great thing to do is to, instead of making the slices, make it more crumbled up into little bits. Yeah. And then it's like little bacon bits kind of thing, and you can
great in a salad
or on like a bolognese.
Just zhuzh your food up a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, we love it.
What's a good recipe?
We mostly just make tempeh bacon, don't we?
Yeah, well, I think that's what she's asking for, is it? Oh no, maybe you got other things.
Yeah, I don't think we really. I tell you, a good book is. Which book up there is it? The 30-Day Alzheimer's Solution. I think that book. It's got loads of tempeh recipes in there. Yeah, some really nice looking ones. Yeah, I can't say I've overly experimented with it because I always just think, oh, I'll just have tempeh bacon. It's really good. Yeah.
Jeffrey Ryan, advice for staying positive about the state of the world, globally warming and whatnot. Do you want to field that one as well? I feel like you can say just as good stuff as me.
Yeah, staying positive. Well, I guess I first want to say, like, if you're feeling some hopelessness about the state of the world, that's totally valid because, you know, there's some bad things going on. So make how you feel make sense. You know, I'm sure a lot of people feel the same way as you. And one thing that we do that helps us is to not overly look at the negative stuff, you know, about what's going on in the world because, you know, where you sort of place your energy, where you focus, that really affects the way that you feel. And it's not like I'm saying to like bury your head in the sand and not be realistic and to not know what's happening in the world if you want to know. But if that's where all your attention goes all the time, yeah, it can really have an effect and make you think that only bad things are happening. And certainly we used to come across, you know, a lot of footage of animal cruelty and different things and just, it can really get to you. So now we don't look at any of it. We use that as fuel, like to fire us. Okay, we've seen that, we know that there's really bad stuff going on. Let's keep trying to affect change. And so a while back, when I was struggling with my mental health, I unsubscribed on all the social media platforms from anything or anyone that posted things that made me feel bad. Just any news related stuff or if I had any friends and they posted a lot of things about bad things that are happening in the world and it was really getting to me, I would like just unfollow them or something, you know. And it made so much difference to my mental health, you know. Really did.
So, you know, I think what Gemma really is saying is focus on the solution and not the problem.
Yeah.
And so do stuff about it, you know, post links and, you know, make content or, you know, but don't do it to the point of thinking that you've got to turn everyone around on the spot and then getting into arguments and feeling negative because a lot of people are quite apathetic. Just, you know, do this, be positive, share, just do what you can. You know, in terms of global warming, like the more people who eat like vegan, like the better, like that's affected. So just share delicious recipes with, you know, online or make food for people, and after they've eaten it, tell them it's vegan and like the benefits to the planet. And like, you know, I'm a bit worried because at the rate things are going, this planet won't support like our children, and I want some of my children to live. So you can eat this all the time, and it's really great for the planet. And just trying to do it in like a positive way. Yeah, I think that's all I would have said, really. I don't know what else. Yeah,
I think any day, anywhere you look, there can be people doing bad things. There can be people doing good things. I know that's, you know, there's good and bad. I wish I'd framed that a little different, but you see what I'm kind of saying. There are people doing good things, like veganism is growing at an exponential rate now. You know, every year we like watching the plant-based news years documentary thing that they
Vegan
make.
2021 or whatever.
Some stuff you don't see it, you don't know what's going on behind the scenes, and you watch that and you're like, oh yeah, this last year that celebrity turned all these people vegan, or this company opened, or
outlets,
this. And when you see it all, like in a documentary like that, you think, oh yeah, change really is happening. Actually, just I have to look for it, I have to see it, you know.
One new practice I've got, which I've got from doing some Joe Dispenza meditations, is that if anything negative comes into my head, the moment I catch myself thinking anything negative, I say the words change and I shift my focus and I think about positive things and what I can do to make things better. And that really helps, actually. It's a learned skill, and it's massive. I think that we have a huge ability to choose like how we're going to feel. I think it's huge. Ayush in the house, sup? Lorraine, I mentioned the amazing Good Catch tuna before by the Simo brothers, and you mentioned chickpea tuna, but people don't always want to eat whole foods. Yes, I couldn't agree more. The only part, hey brother, your recent Joe Rogan video inspired me to do my first anti-hunting video. Nice. Psychotic justification. Yes, weird, isn't it? It's weird. And they say like, oh, well, you know, if not, they're going to get killed by a predator and that's a worse death. Well, no, you go after the biggest, strongest animals with the biggest antlers so you can feel like you're some sort of a hero with your bloody high power rifle. And yeah, you're not killing the weak like ones that are going to be victimized by predators. So what a pile of horse. Beep. Super Silver Hazeroka. Did you recheck that Alamus face wash? I can't find a source that say it contains cells in case. Well, what I saw was that I thought they were actually all vegan from the article I saw, but you're telling me this one's with. You're saying there's ones with milk. So calcium caseinate specifically. Most milk protein. Okay, well maybe we better have a re-look. But from what I saw, it said that they were all vegan. I thought that they'd sourced like the vegan ones and that most of the products are vegan. So we better just double check that, Gem, just to be safe.
Yeah.
If not, we'll send it back. Ethan, very good evening. And evening to you. And I'm hot.
Always say.
I'm hot and bothered. I'm bot and hodded. It's all those carbs I ate. Entirely honest, why is maple syrup bad? Because it's not whole food. Well, it is whole food. It's the sap out of a tree, isn't it? But it's it's a free sugar. It's a free sugar, and free sugars, which is sugar not attached to fibre, has like a negative effect in the body. It raises your triglycerides, raises your risk for fatty liver disease, raises your risk for Alzheimer's disease. Yeah, you don't want to be eating sugars void of fibre. Joyce, have you ever tried oat groats? I heard it turns out like rice. I don't know. Possibly, but I can't remember. Possibly not. Carnus, please. Which one is better, soybeans or lentils? Who knows? Who can say? You know, we don't know the half of it with nutrition. I will say that lentils have the most antioxidants because they have the most surface area to mass. So they have the most antioxidants. So it's anti-cancer, anti-aging, anti-inflammatory. But then soybeans, you know, they have those nice phytoestrogens that are really like anti-cancer. So I'll tell you which is better. Is to eat a bit of both. I would say that that's probably nearly always the case. You know, eat the whole plant foods, eat the range, you know, have a legume, have a whole grain, have a fruit, have a veg, have a nut, have a seed, have a herb, have a spice, at least one in most meals if you can, but mix them up. Mix them up. They've all got their own unique benefits. They've all got all different types of fibre. And what we know about health now is that the gut microbiome needs to be optimized. You do that by inviting the biggest range of Prevotella bacteria to live there, and you invite them to live there. That's predicated on the foods you eat, and it's just the range of whole plant foods. If you're eating anything other than whole plant foods, it's a missed opportunity. You're feeding pathogenic bacteria, and your potential for good health is lessened.
Good work.
Get it all in ya. Aled in the hizzy. I think are we miles behind?
Yeah, a bit behind.
We're a bit behind, guys. We're going to zip forwards because I get very bored if I'm watching a stream and the host is not speaking to me. So if I miss your comment or question, do pop it back in the chat. Melita. Hi, I recently got into weightlifting, healthy eating and a bit of cardio. Was doing okay till last Wednesday when I think I strained a pec muscle when I started to lift exercise again. Oh, when can I wait until like that pain has completely gone and start out light, and then when you're training, like go slow, like squeeze, like real nice form. over the weeks, like ideally every week or two, you want to put a little bit of iron on the bar if you can, but always with form number one as the top priority. And if you can't go up in weight without sacrificing your form, it's not time yet, and you need to stay on that weight for another week or two and really get that under your belt. It tends to be when we do things at speed. That can often be the issue. Race lever in the hizzy. Iridescent 04, good to see you, lovely. Do you ever eat bread? Yes, and if so, only whole grain bread. Yes, and I look for one without palm oil, like low oil, low, small amount of ingredients. But I prefer to eat intact grains over flour products, because they're, again, they get a bit more like refined sugar in the body once they're broken down like that, because we absorb them so much quicker. But I find a little whole grain bread, it's just helpful for me to get the calories in. Dragon Fist, what's your favourite lyrics? I've got no idea. What's my favourite lyrics?
I don't know.
Change my pitch up, smack my bitch up. If she's not made my dinner for me quick enough.
Oh, God.
No, that's not very PC. Yeah, I feel like I should have some. Good lyrics. What's good? I'll tell you who I really like is Diesel Automatic, Gladiators. I can't remember. I've not listened to it for ages, and I'm going to play it as soon as this is over.
Yeah, why haven't I got that on my workout playlist?
Search for DISL, Diesel Automatic, Gladiators, and that song moves me, man. It moves me. I listened to it before working out, and I just destroyed the whole gym. It's emotional. Yeah, I bet there's some lines in there that would, really get anyone pumped. Super subscriber Jesse Truth, thanks for subscribing. Welcome to the channel. That was a great question, Dragon Fist. I'm just sad that I didn't have a good answer for you. Oh, Sophie's back. Fancy seeing you again. Took your advice from this morning. Bought some Granny Smith apples. First time I bought fresh fruit and veg for a long time. Having one now, actually. Wow. Well, yeah, I mean, that you really are going to feel some benefit, Sophie. So I'm so glad that you've done that. Let's have a round of applause, please, for Sophie looking after her health. Nice. Let's have 7 days of daily one piece of fruit. And then next week, we titrate it up a little bit until we get you eating super healthy and feeling amazing. Because that's what you deserve. Entirely honest, I highly recommend reading Convict Condition. Just finished reading it. So, yeah, I've heard loads of great stuff. Yeah. Is there an audio book? Because I'm too lazy to read, though. Poor old race leavers, mum. Aled, I've been reading David Goggins' book, Can't Hurt Me. What book? Have you guys read it? No, but what a great work ethic that guy has. Love it. Hungry Greek Mexican in the house. Oh, Robert Pacino as well. Sorry, I thought you was in earlier. Welcome back.
I think, not Rob. Oh, Primo Dorino, I think, was saying that he's been in hospital with COVID.
Oh, man.
Yes. I'm sorry to hear
First
that.
of all, squad. And second of all, yeah, that really sucks, Primo.
Yeah, sorry to hear that. And let's all send some love. So,
yep.
shall we in the chat?
Yeah, let's send Primo some love.
Yeah.
That's harsh. I can give you 20 hench hearts. They are worth 50 normal hearts.
You were going to give him a shark.
Shut up!
You did a shark anyway.
Yeah, I sharked him. Beep.
I think someone asked me if I drink kombucha. I don't know if you might miss that one as well. I didn't answer in the chat, so I'll say now. I don't really drink it. If I was going out and I fancied like a nice drink and they had one, I'd have that over any other drink. I'd definitely have one. But I went through a phase of having them quite a bit when I was trying to have some different things like sauerkraut and stuff to help my gut for a time. But I don't drink it. I don't drink it regularly. Yeah, it has got some touch of caffeine because it's usually made from green tea, so I don't really have much caffeine. So yeah, but it's alright. It's definitely a lot better than like sodas and stuff. So I don't mind it.
Hungry Greek Mexican, Dirk Diggler in the hizzy. Stacey Langley, can you recommend a good oil-free veg stock? I'm so surprised to see oil in the stock I use.
I can. So we use 9 Meals from Anarchy. I looked it up just now. I saw your question coming up. And it has got organic extra virgin olive oil, but after, fennel, parsley, garlic, salt. It's after salt on the ingredients list. So if you think about it that way, like that's going to be hardly any, I reckon.
Yeah. If you look at the energy.
Oh yeah, so you can also look at so the amount of fat.
That's less than 5.5 of a gram per 100 mil. So yeah, that's. Do you know what I mean? That's negligible. Like I really wouldn't worry about that.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen a vegetable stock without oil. I think you're right. It's hard to. But they do have them. Yeah, I think I had looked in the past and I found it hard to find one. And also I found it hard to get one that didn't have palm oil as the fat, as the oil or whatever. So, 9 Meals from Anarchy are good. They do not have palm oil.
They do. It's different flavours as well, don't they?
Yeah.
We'll have to try the other ones. We've only ever tried the...
yeah, they've got
an
umami one as well.
Umami.
Yeah, nice.
What else? Garden herb.
Ah, yeah. Great.
Yeah, we'll have to try them out. Pymo is saying, check Michael D'Souza, vegan rapper. Okay, I will after this. Copy. Delete him, paste him, boom. There he is, Michael D'Souza.
Another stock we used to use was called Vecon, Vecon.
Oh yeah.
And that is like 58% hydrolyzed soya protein. And then it's got loads
Is that like MSG or something?
I don't know. I don't think so. I seem to remember trying to look that up when we used to buy it because I wasn't sure.
I would be suspicious of that.
Okay. It hasn't got any oil in it, but...
it's got a load of bloody vitamins added.
Oh yeah, I didn't notice that. It's been a long time since we bought that, isn't it? It's
Very
got
long
B12, riboflavin. Okay, don't get that one.
You are welcome, Sophie, you little lovely. Dragonfish, do you game standing up or sitting down? No, I never game. When I did, I used to do it sitting down. Should do more standing. I don't know, I've got lazy. It's
hard to stand up with this desk, isn't it? You need a good old desk that can easily swap from sitting to standing or whatever.
Hungry Greek Mexican. Question on American. There's news that UK is on the way to making boiling lobster illegal soon. Yeah, lobsters and squid.
Good.
So soon we'll stop harassing all animals in any way because we realise that none of them want it or deserve it. Dragonfish, do you chew gum to help your jawline? No, I do nothing. I did get sent some exercise things, but nah, just use them for a bit. I've always had pretty strong jaw muscles. I think that's because I concentrate so much and sort of grimace and clench my teeth. Sophie, I wanted to ask earlier, what do you think of tinned legumes and frozen veg? Are they significantly worse nutrition than fresh counterparts? Thanks again for the love. You're very welcome. Frozen is often more nutritious than fresh, depending on how actually fresh things are, because the freezing process doesn't destroy any of the nutrients, but it does lock them in. Tinned legumes, yeah, you've got the hormone disrupting xenoestrogens in the lining of most cans. BPA, BPF, BPS, they're all like xenoestrogens. Tetra Paks though are very good. Yeah, I would say they're not as good, but they're not so. I think legumes are so nutritious that to a degree, like you're kind of offsetting the damage. I think, and certainly I've eaten 3 or 4 cans a day historically. You know, I've not grown boobs or anything, so I've got to think it's not so bad. But yeah, better not from a can. I wouldn't eat anything else from a can, ideally, though. Well, tomatoes we do. And tomatoes are one of the worst things because of the acid in there. That would probably makes the plastics leach into the tomatoes. Don't eat them very often, though. Dustin Gilbert in the hizzy. Hello to both of you. What are your opinions on juicing? Terrible. Well, if it's fruit, terrible. It raises your risk for Alzheimer's disease more than eating some animal products. If it's vegetables, and if you're going to have more, say, greens juice, you know, above like what you would have eaten, you know, I see that as a potential benefit. And yeah, Gerson therapy, very good. I hear that they have reversed like half the cases of cancer that they get coming through their clinics. Of course, they're banned in the US, who don't want you to think that you can heal without their horrible medicines. John O. Wilson, welcome to the channel. Thanks for subscribing. Timmy Thistle, is it true that calcium inhibits zinc absorption? I don't know, but don't worry about it if you're eating a healthy diet, because I've never worried myself about it. I've had my bloods tested, and you know, twice since I've been whole foods vegan, and all my nutrients were bang at the top of range, including calcium and zinc. So it's obviously a non-issue. Daniel Jones brings up a good question. When does the plant-based course come out, guys? Why don't you tell everyone exactly what it is in case they don't know?
Yeah, so we've just spent months working on a course.
I'm going to get it up.
All about how to be successful at eating plant-based so that you can thrive on it long term, have the best health, have the best physique. So it's everything that we know, all of Paul's nutrition knowledge. So there's lots of modules. There's one on fat loss, there's one on muscle gain, if that's what interests you. There's just speak of all of the elements, how to do it properly, all of the, you know, we cover the pitfalls and things you might need to know. Oh, we've gone small. It's black.
Don't worry about it.
All of my cooking knowledge in there. So just how to make whole plant foods like tasty. And we've worked on it for a long time now. It's nearly ready. It's nearly ready to come out. We hope to have it out on Saturday, but there's like last minute kind of technical stuff that we have to like link up different sites together and stuff, and we don't really know how to do it. So we've done a lot of it ourselves, and now we've just decided, bugger it, we need help. So we've hired someone for an hour on Thursday to do the last minute back end stuff that we need help with. So
back end stuff. Hopefully
he will help us do it, and then after that it can finally be out.
Should we do a little trailer or no? Or that bore everyone? Vote in the comments. I mean, you might have seen it, so I don't feel ashamed to say no. Would you like to see the trailer?
It's like 2 minutes or something, I think.
Yes, about 2 minutes. Would you like to see the trailer? Hashtag yes or hashtag no. And then the first 5 that we get saying yes or no is what we'll go by.
I like it how we can share the screen of things now.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
What do I need to do? I need to turn the music off if I'm sharing it. Yeah.
Yes.
I think...
Yes. Yeah, everyone's saying yes.
We get it. You've heard all about the health and performance benefits of a plant-based diet, and you'd like to give it a try. But you don't have the first clue where to start, right?
Or perhaps you're already vegan, but you're conscious that subsisting on junk food is not going to sustain you long term.
Whether you're looking to burn fat, build muscle, get energized, or slash your risk of developing one of the chronic diseases that most Westerners suffer and die from, this course is for you.
It is succinct, presented in layman's terms, and contains all the information that you could ever require in order to thrive as a plant-based eater.
I'm Gemma, And in the 10 years leading up to 2012, despite being very young, my health was in the gutter. I had the lot: chronic fatigue, depression, constipation, brain fog and acne. I also ballooned up in weight. I was miserable, at times suicidally depressed. Then I discovered the concept of a whole foods, plant-based diet. I tried everything else, and quite honestly, I'd almost given up hope. But I decided to give it a shot because I knew I certainly couldn't feel any worse. Wow, was I in for a shock. Within the first week, I finally had the energy to start moving my body again. I was no longer constipated and my brain fog had started to lift. A few short weeks later, I was able to return to work. My depression gone and my zest for life well and truly back. After a few months, I was able to release 35 pounds of excess body weight. I was over the moon, to say the least.
Gemma's amazing success inspired me to give plant-based nutrition a try. Despite early misgivings, not only did my performance in the gym not suffer, it was actually boosted. More energy, better pumps, improved recovery, and an end to my, at times, debilitating tendinitis. I saw benefits to my health too. My blood pressure dropped from pre-hypertensive levels down into the optimal range. My previously fading eyesight quickly became twice as strong, and my terrible hay fever simply vanished. Inspired by our miraculous journeys, I decided to become a nutritionist and personal trainer, and I've helped countless people all around the globe transform their bodies and their health.
And I became a chef and authored cookbooks to prove that you don't have to sacrifice on taste or spend hours in the kitchen in order to thrive on this lifestyle.
We've pulled off and combined 20 years of knowledge and experience into this course, which we've designed to be just the kind of thing that we'd have been looking for back when we first got started all those years ago.
With this course, you get lifetime access to 14 video modules and our cookbooks.
And a downloadable PDF containing various guides, a shopping list, and a comprehensive nutrition chart suitable for all ages and stages of life, so you can be confident that the whole family is catered for.
Finally, you'll have lifetime access to a Facebook community where you can meet new like-minded friends, share your journey, and get some welcome support.
Our limited time on this earth is precious.
Don't waste any more of it than you have to, not looking or feeling your best.
Invest in yourself today and start living your ultimate life.
Super proud of that, aren't we?
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice to watch that back again.
Yeah, I feel like we did a professional job of that course, and I'm really
Oh, hang on.
excited to get it out.
Sorry guys, I had like other music playing. There was two lots of music playing then.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah, I did wonder. I blink and stupid.
Anyway, yeah, that's what we've been working on for months. Absolutely months. And yeah, we're so desperate to get it out. It's just, like we said, like back end, last minute stuff that we're trying to work on now. And we'll have it out and then have some time off just for a couple of days. Have a little rest, chill out. Don't know what we'll do though. Don't know what we'll do with ourselves.
Yeah, we'll be that'll be a culture shock. Right. Where were we? Iridescent opinion on juices without added sugar, as you are using lemon juice in your recipes to drink orange juice, for example. Yeah, because it's got so much sugar in it. Yeah, lemon juice, I wouldn't worry. Because it's hardly any, but yeah, I wouldn't be drinking orange juice personally. Nice. Darren, look at that nice tree back there. Please do some pull-ups on it. I'm afraid I just had a workout and I'm not scheduled to do my back till tomorrow, so no can do. But thanks. And how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Whereabouts in the world are you, Darren? And how's the vegan scene? Johnny Mayen is running late from work. Just made it. Good to see you. Sophie, thank you so much for your extensive answer and chat. You're very, very welcome. It's good to have you in there. Six Strings Slayer. I'm currently losing weight around 50 pounds. What sort of time frame? What's the best way to add muscle, not getting fat back when I already start lifting for mass? Do I raise calories? Yeah, you need to raise calories in order to put some weight on. You just need to do it slow enough that you're not putting on any more than lean like tissue. So yeah, just maybe a 200 or 300 calories surplus. Should be good if you've got a good training routine. Look at that support for the trailer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You lovely people, you're so supportive. We really appreciate you. Daniel's saying, I'm looking forward to the course, guys, as I'm relying on not meat a bit too much. Fortunately, and looking to clean up my eating. Yeah, good for you. Good for you. Sophie, Gemma sounds like a natural news reporter or something.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate you saying that. It's a skill I'm trying to learn, is to remember a line that I want to say and, perform it. The most difficult thing that you don't think of is like how you deliver it, trying to make it sound natural, like it's a conversation. Like, so you have to memorize like a line and then you're trying to remember it and you're saying it and you're not saying it how you'd have a natural conversation because you're trying to remember it. And then it's hard to really hear what you sound like, and then you have to keep redoing lines, and I get frustrated with myself. Oh God.
I think Sarah Foy was already a member, wasn't she?
I think so.
But anyway, welcome, just in case that wasn't a glitch. And thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, it's super hard, isn't it?
Yeah, it's hard.
It's hard.
You've made it look really easy all these years, but now I'm trying to have a go. I think, oh yeah, that's...
Yeah, you see the final edit. You can take hundreds of bloody takes. It's very frustrating. Thanks, John. You're very kind. That's interesting, Joe Tarot. Very inspirational. Thank you, Daniel. Nice one. Good job. That's professional for sure. Awesome.
Aww.
You guys, you're so nice. We really appreciate you. Dan, well, you guys are so inspirational. It's wonderful that you are sharing and the community you're building too. No. We're so grateful to have a bloody community. It's huge, isn't it? Like we need community as a species. Like, yeah, we really need it. So we're very grateful for each and every one of you.
And speaking of community,
you always turn up every night.
Yeah, come and join our Facebook community. So, like, I know we just said in that promo video that there's going to be a special Facebook group for people that buy the course, so they can interact with us and ask us questions and things like that. But we've also created a second Facebook community, which is just everyone is welcome to join, and it's growing really quick. It's been a real short time that we created it, so we just we share like things like when we're going live, so you don't miss anything. Like so far, just like recipes and stuff, but I'd like to use that space to chat about all different kinds of things. Mostly like vegan and nutrition and health kind of related. Not like a place to talk about like vaccines or Donald Trump or anything, but
Trump.
So please come over there.
I've just put the link in the chat.
One thing we've realised is that when you have a business page on any of these platforms, only a really small percentage of your followers see your content when you put it out. So yeah, I think just most people don't see all of the content, or sometimes any really, that goes out. So it's nice that we can post in there, and that if someone's in that group, they're going to see, they'll see everything,
Natalie, do you guys have any advice for getting into exercise? I've always struggled to get into and keep a routine. Why, yes, I do. And the main thing is to start within your ability. So don't bite off more than you can chew. Don't pick exercise that you actually sort of half at least enjoy. From my perspective as a former personal trainer, in an ideal world, I'd like to see people do at least 3 harder cardio sessions per week and 3 resistance training sessions per week, preferably like a progressive system where you're getting stronger over time. And I think that's about optimal. If you're doing 3 hard cardio sessions, 3 hard weight sessions, maybe the 7th day you do like an active recovery where you go for a long like gentle, leisurely walking in nature or something. So keeping your body moving, burning calories, but you're replenishing yourself. You're not constantly got your pedal to the metal, like, and knackering yourself out. And just start within your means. Like, if you're incredibly out of shape, you know, if someone is like really clinically like super obese, you know, 1 minute walking, you know, build that up over the weeks to 5 minutes. Wherever you're at, you know, pick something that is manageable. Repeat that 3 times for a week. Next week, make it slightly harder, slightly faster, slightly heavier, slightly longer duration cardio. Do something, mess with the variables such that you're doing progressive overload slowly over time, but do it slowly and do it within your ability to recover. Don't go absolutely mental, kill yourself in the gym the first day, then you're sore for 2 weeks and you can't train properly. And maybe you try to train, and you're in agony, you're detraining actually, because you're not working within your means. So even if you just do 5 minutes to start with, that's fine. You know, and by the end of the year, if you add like, say a minute on, I mean, you'll probably go quicker than that. But even the most unfit people, if you just add a minute on, you know, by the end of the year, you're now doing like an hour, and it's manageable. Just do it in little manageable. Don't try to improve every session. Try to improve on a weekly basis, and preferably something for the heart and lungs. So whether that's walking, jogging, swimming, cycling, rowing, like martial arts practice, you know, any sort of sport that you like. You know, maybe you play badminton for like 5 minutes, and then over time you're playing for like an hour. Like, pick something that you at least half enjoy, and so something for the heart and lungs, something for the muscles and bones, because when we're under load, it's not just the muscles that we're strengthening, it's the bone density. And you know, if not, you know, by the time you're into your old age, you will be the sort of person who can't get out of their chair because you're not strong at squats. And when you trip over, you will fracture your hip because your bones aren't dense enough because you've not been doing load bearing. And, you know, that's the beginning of the end for a lot of elderly people, is when they break a hip or something like that. Really is a start of a horrible decline. And it's common. It's really common. But if you eat a nutritious diet, dense in whole plant foods, get your vitamin D, do some load bearing exercise, those old osteoblasts, cells in your bone, they will lay down nice thick bone, and you'll have great bone density, better than an omnivorous eater. There was that Oxford study came out that showed that the vegans in that study had worse bone density. The reason being, most vegans don't eat healthy food, like a healthy enough diet. You know, if you stick to predominantly or preferably exclusively whole plant foods, if you get some sun or take a vitamin D supplement, you'll have the best bone health, particularly if you're doing load bearing exercise, because that's important. So, and in order to keep your routine, be scientific about it, write it down, try to beat yourself every week or two, like I say, up the ante a little bit, and be in a competition with yourself. I bet that you will start to look and feel so amazing, and you'll look back and you'll feel, because like with weight training, it's always a struggle. You never stop struggling. It's a lifetime battle, you against yourself. You don't stop struggling, but you do get stronger. And you'll look back in a couple of months' time, you look back and think, oh, this is so hard. I feel like I'm not getting anywhere. You look back and you'll realise that you're twice as strong in a lot of your lifts. And you'll think, wow, I've been training 8 weeks and I'm twice as strong as I was at the beginning. And that, for me, because I was a real wimp as a lad. I hated exercise. I would be picked last at school for any sports. I always come last at everything. When I found martial arts and I stuck to it, and, you know, I could do 5 press-ups, and I could do 6, and I could do 10, and I could do 64 over like a couple of years. That's how I fell in love with it. And from my perspective as a former martial arts coach, as a personal trainer, the people who struggled the most were the ones that stuck at it. People who found it really easy were naturals, so they got bored of it pretty quick and left. And then in years to come, you bump into them, you know, and you look phenomenal, they're out of shape, and they say, oh, I wish I'd have stuck at that. Like, oh, you're really disciplined, like keep going and whatever. But if you keep going, Yeah, it's difficult, but you learn to enjoy the struggle because you know you're improving. If you start and stop all the time and you lose like what you gained, it's painful. It's really painful again to have to start from scratch. And yeah, you'll see someone else who, kept going, and you think, oh, I don't look quite as good as that person, and I could have done. So making it a priority, and be scientific. Get a logbook, write down your reps and sets and weights and times, and monitor your heart rate if you want. If you're doing cardio, see your heart rate coming down over time, see your abs coming in, see your shoulders growing, whatever floats your boat and whatever you're trying to get from working out. Concentrate on it. Where you put your energy, that's what does all the sexy stuff.
And from my perspective, I think one of the main reasons why people don't stick to exercise or goals is that they don't have a compelling enough reason to. They say, oh, I wouldn't mind losing a bit of weight, or eating a bit healthier or whatever, and then maybe they lose a couple of pounds, and then it's like, okay, I've lost a couple. They don't know what their goal is, and when they've reached it or when they're going to reach it, and they don't check in on it. A lot of people will set New Year's resolutions, and then a week later we're like, oh yeah, I didn't stick to it, and we don't think about it again. So I really think it's good to have a really compelling reason why you want to stick to anything. If you think about I don't know if any women can relate to this, but suddenly you've got a wedding coming up. You realise, oh, I've got a wedding to go to in 2 months. Oh, I really want to look good because certain people are going to be there, or if you might think you're going to bump into an ex, or there's just some event or something. I'm not talking about me, I'm talking about other people. There's something, and then suddenly you've got a deadline, and you've got a compelling reason why you want to do something. It's much easier to achieve it. Also think about the times when I've given up smoking in my life, and it would be because I got together with someone who didn't smoke.
Hello.
And all of a sudden I had a reason that was really important to me, I want to stay connected with this
person.
I
want to impress my hot boyfriend.
Yeah, I want to not smell bad to him, etc. And all of a sudden, I had a good enough reason.
You should wash your bum.
I got, and I quit. So have a good reason. Maybe for you, I don't know if it's about weight loss. We can say, okay, I want to lose 10 pounds so I can fit into my favourite dress again, or whatever the thing is. Oh, I really want to get my blood pressure down to this level, or make it something that's so compelling that you are inspired. You're inspired to achieve that goal at all costs. And involve you can involve other people. You can come in the community on Facebook and talk about what your goal is and update people so you can get cheered on and you can be accountable. And check in on your goal every day. Write down your goals and the things that are must for you in your life, and every day look back at that and say, okay, the things that I'm doing every day, where I'm placing my energy, my focus, is that pushing me in the direction of my goals, or am I not going in the direction of my goals? So you can course redirect quicker, as opposed to not really thinking about it for a month, and then you're like, oh, I haven't really stuck to that, have I? And then it's you think, oh, why bother? But if it's every day you're just checking in on what it is you want to achieve in life, it's just much easier to stay on track and build momentum, and that momentum then gets you going, you get excited, and like you were saying, you start seeing results, and then that inspires you and stuff.
Word.
Yeah.
Thank you, Angharad, you lovely little lovely. Thank you, Stacey, as well. Hungry Greek Mexican. Gemma got prettier, Paul too, I guess, lol. How dare you. Jotaro, my heart rate went from 90 BPM to 60 since going whole foods plant-based. Yeah, that happens. That happened. It's amazing.
Oh, we've stayed longer than an hour, by the way. I
just
suddenly realised.
Should we round it out to an hour and a half?
Yeah, are we walking tonight or not?
Yeah.
Okay.
You up for it?
I think so.
Yeah, you're up for it. You're a big hero. What would a big hero say?
Yes, I suppose.
Oh, thanks, Aaron. Welcome to the channel. Not long till camp out. That's very true. Trike. Timmy Thistle, did you hear about the 17-year-old beating Usain Bolt's 200-metre record? No. That's mental. Race, Hench, when are you and Gemma getting matching race lever tattoos? We have left one wrist bare. for that very purpose, but we've not set a date yet. We're a bit too excited by it.
I can't decide between a race lever tattoo or there's a Sanskrit symbol that means breathe that would remind me to come back to the present moment all the
Did
time.
you just say Sanskrit?
Yeah. That would remind me to be present and mindful and to just breathe and relax. So I can't decide between those two, you know. Yeah, both seem important. Important tattoos.
Chris Grant, drop a like to help the channel. Thank you. What's the group called? I'm on mobile.
Oh, I've already answered him.
Oh.
Yeah, Hench
And the
Herbivore
link is there.
community.
The link is above.
He can't press it because he's on his phone. Or
Oh, that's what he's saying,
something
right?
about it.
Kirsten Mama, would you check out Yellow Cap Query on YouTube? Tell me about that, and then I will decide. Artra, sorry. What are your experiences with maca powder? Is it good? Do you sweet Tom say or after meal? I don't know. I just take it in my Viva Life Perform protein shake that I take before the gym. There's in there. I don't even know what the dose is. If I use a different protein shake, I do use a teaspoon of the Viva Life maca. It's gelatinized, so it's much more efficacious than it normally comes. Quite like starchy and fibrous and not very absorbable. I'm not sure what the dose is. Yeah, I don't really know a whole lot about it. I just feel like I get a more aggressive workout when I use it. It may be psychosomatic though, like who knows? Yeah, and I don't know anything about special dosing or timing or anything. I just take it pre-workout just thinking like maybe that'll be some workout. It feels like it does, but again, it could all be in my head.
It's an adaptogen, so I hear it's meant to be good for hormone regulation. So I take some. But I used to take ashwagandha, but we just always have maca around now, so I take that instead. But yeah, I'm no expert on maca.
Dragon Fist, I'm an utter failure in life. No way would I ever attend a school union just to hear how much better everyone else's life is, how much better their job is, etc. Well, I suppose not to invalidate what you're saying, but I would say like what signifies success.
Yeah.
And Gary Vaynerchuk, hugely successful entrepreneur, doesn't think it's about money or like business. He thinks it's how happy you are. He thinks that that's success. And if you've got like a half as good job as the next person, but you're twice as happy, you know, and you got the money you need, you know, you live in a happy life with loved ones and
Someone, the reunion, loads of people could have kids. You could think, oh, they're married, they've got kids, they've got this high-powered job. They could be miserable. They could be busy all the time. Their kids could be screaming every day. They just wish for some peace. Not everyone's happy in their marriage, even if they seem like they outwardly are. Like, they could be stressed. They could commit suicide because their job is so stressful and they just can't take it anymore. Like, you just sometimes don't know. Like, what I think is kind of sad about the world we live in sometimes is like that we all, well, a lot of people walk around pretending that they're happy when they're not, or just not being 100% authentic and honest. And we can easily think like, oh, I'm not doing so great in life. You can look on Instagram, people can share stories and pictures and it's, look, I'm on this beautiful holiday, or I've got this life and my life's like this. They don't show like, you know, the days where they're just collapsed on the floor, like crying and grieving, or the state of their kitchen when they just don't have the energy to clean it because they feel unwell, or just all this stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like, they don't show before they dye their hair, it's all grey. Like this, we just don't show our real lives a lot, and I think that makes, I think what you're saying is making me think, maybe you're saying that because you look around and think that everyone's happy and successful, and you know, we're all just trying our best to be happy all the time, and don't compare yourself to other people.
From my perspective, Dragon Fist, if you're vegan, which I'm guessing you probably are, that puts you head and shoulders above most people in my book. I look for compassion and kindness in people. You know, someone could be as rich as all hell, like really stuck up, really talk down to their employees, eat murdered animals because they think that, like, why not? Like, they're better than them, and their taste buds are so much important than these thousands of creatures' very lives. And I consider them to be the poo on my shoe. And if you're kind to animals, I love you, and I think you're flipping brilliant.
Yeah.
Just my 2 cents. Let's Just send Dragon Fist some love and show how loved he is.
Yeah.
I'm taking it you're a he, but I don't know why. Boom.
I've had some people talking about before, like, don't compare yourself to others, like compare yourself to who you were yesterday, and like,
Yeah.
you know, if you're growing, if you're evolving a little bit, if you're learning a bit about yourself, or I don't know, even if one day, you know, you manage to do a bit more than you did yesterday, like, you know, sometimes if we're depressed, like we can't manage so well in life. Maybe if one day you managed to wash your hair and the day before you just couldn't bear to drag yourself out of bed to do it, you've made an achievement, you've got a bit further. Or, you know, if you've cried and let some feelings out so you feel a bit better, like just I think, like, we should all just think, okay, like, what can I do, or what have I done today in order to move a little bit further and progress a bit, or to find a bit of relief, or whatever is an improvement for us, and just, yeah, compare ourselves to how our life's going, and not to other people.
Michael Jackson in the hizzy. Iridescent, did you ever get some anti-vegan comments from anti-vegans at the gym when wearing your vegan shirts? People are not that mental. They may be quite rude to me via the safety of the internet from their anonymous, faceless, behind, you know, in their mum's basement behind their keyboard there. People don't tend to be unkind to me to my face for some reason. I don't know why.
It's that friendly face of yours.
We were talking earlier, weren't we, about how I feel the need to speak really softly, and Gemma said, like, do I act like more gently, like, you know, because, you know, people looking at me, like looking at a big guy with a shaved head and whatever, you know, tattoos and all that BS. And a lot of people are scared, like, I have to really make an effort to seem gentle. It's really funny. It almost now feels like a disability, because I don't want people to feel uncomfortable or nervous or scared, or, you know, I want to connect with people. So what I've noticed though, if you are a bit of a bigger lump but you show kindness and sort of gentleness, I feel like it gives you a sort of automatic level of charisma, I think. Because most people expect guys to sort of throw their weight around when they're a bit on the bigger side. Because mostly we get like this out of insecurity. It's the reason we do so much training. So, let the cat out of the bag there, didn't I? But no, I have never had one unkind anti-vegan comment to my face ever in real life. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Carlos. Please, if you're in Canada, that will be changing at some point. Natalie, thanks for the advice. I'll have to find something enjoyable because I've tried to do some running before but hate it. Yeah, I hate running. My hubs tries to drag me out. Jotaro, why Vivo? Yeah, in case anyone doesn't know, I'm an ambassador for Vivo Life at Sports Supplements Company. And just, they're the best people. They're really kind. They're sustainability minded. They're ethically minded. They're just really beautiful. I hung out with the founder, Josh, I think on a couple of occasions now. He came to Norwich one time and we worked out together and got lunch, and we really got to know each other. And he started that company because he was working in marketing for another brand, which I won't name. But they were telling him, oh, can you make up some nonsense about why this filler is like really good and can, you know, make it like a selling point instead of like just saying it's a cheap filler. That's you're just wasting your money. And he said he couldn't live with that, so he started his own company and did it properly. You know, the ingredients are organic. You know, it's all like sustainably minded. They plant a tree for every order.
They're moving towards completely compostable packaging.
Compostable
Some
packaging.
of the products are already compostable packaging.
You know, they really care about fair wages, you know, for everyone involved in their supply chain. They really care. They test for over 500 different contaminants in their products, and like that's not cheap to have done. But yeah, they're awesome. I find the products really efficacious, best quality, less contaminants. Just brilliant. And the other thing was, I mean, initially, a big reason I signed up to them, I wanted to, was because anyone who's anyone in the vegan fitness niche was already signed up to them. So I saw that as a means of networking. But as I got to know the company and the people and the products, yeah, that's really secondary now. Like, I don't even sort of really think about that. I just think how great the products and the people are, and their like business practices. Dean, I'm considering hiring Sverge as my own personal dietitian. Any thoughts, Hench? If you're keen to shorten your life, you couldn't ask for a better coach. Somehow I think you expected me to say that. Give peas a chance. I heard nature didn't design us to run except in occasional short sprints. We're good runners. We're good long distance runners. Yeah. Most people are better equipped for distance actually than like sprints. I think we have like a top speed which is slightly faster than bees. So we can like get away from some like stinging insects and stuff, and we can like keep that up over distance. Whereas we can't outrun like a predator, like, you know, like a lion or something. Like, you're going to be his dinner, I'm afraid. Sophie Blewett, welcome to the chat. Do you recommend a fully raw diet? I don't recommend it. I mean, I'm not saying that it can't be good, but I just think you're limiting your foods, and in that way you're not going to best be feeding the gut microbiome, because all the different types of bacteria, these Prevotella strains that are so health promoting, you know, they train the immune system, they create vitamins, they create short chain fatty acids that are the building blocks for our monoamines. It's just on and on and on. We want as many of them as possible, and if we're only eating a small range of food, you're eating less types of fibre, you're going to have less of these Prevotella strains, so your health potential is not as good, both physical and mental health. And so, I mean, I did eat a very high percentage raw when I first went vegan, 2 years. Had a couple of scoops of a protein powder, being a bodybuilder, so I can't claim I was entirely raw. And like a raw foodist may say, oh, that's why it didn't work, but I don't know so much. What I found was I always had a bit of gut dysbiosis. And then on the set of the Game Changers movie, I was speaking to the producers, and they were saying how they spoke to several biological anthropologists, and they were saying, like, you know, we were definitely frugivorous at one point. You know, we are descended from other apes, and fruit was our main diet. However, we've had multiple adaptations over the years. Several times we've evolved. Amylase has upgraded several times. You know, that is the enzyme that breaks starches down into sugars. Many more times than amylase relative to other primates. And changes to dentition. They cited a few different things. I couldn't remember them all, and I was hoping they were going to speak to it in the Game Changers movie. Sadly, they didn't. But yeah, the general consensus among experts is that we were frugivorous, and now it looks as though we've developed many adaptations, and sometimes like several times throughout our history, to make us able to thrive on starches. So they kind of bandied around the word starchivore. I mean, I don't think that's the quite the correct term. But certainly, I mean, I eat a high degree of fruit now, but I also eat a high amount of, probably equal amounts of like cooked starches as well as like fruit. And yeah, my health really started to flourish when I quit being 100% raw and added in a lot of starches as well. That sort of cured my gut dysbiosis. I think if you're not in the tropics, if you can't get loads of quality tropical fruits all the time, makes it difficult to have enough quantity of ripe fruit ready to go. I mean, you can over rely on dried fruits. But I think if you're in the tropics, it'd make it a lot more viable and easy and cheaper. And I think it's harder to get all the nutrients covered. But, you know, it's not impossible. Some people love it and say they thrive and that their bloods are great. So each their own. As long as you're not eating animals, I couldn't care less really. As long as you feel good. Yeah.
Have we done it?
Yeah, I think we've bleeding done it. What, are you keen to get somewhere?
No, I just getting a little tired, so I thought if we got to do our walk, let's do it sooner rather than later.
I've been told I'm under the thumb and I've got to
to
go.
phone Katie because she called me a couple of days ago and we haven't connected yet, from Family Freedom, the lovely Katie.
Thanks, moderators, for keeping us troll free. Thanks for we didn't have any super chats, but thanks for some super chats on occasion.
Yeah. It's been lovely to connect with you guys tonight. Sorry that I am keen to go, but I just got some things to do before the day is over. But I very much like connecting with you guys, and I've seen some people have joined the Facebook group already, so thanks. Look forward to connecting there.
Yeah.
And if you're a channel member or patron, we've got the Discord server. You can connect on there also.
Don't forget, our cookbooks are currently half price, just £4.99. Link below. Virtuous vegan desserts, and where do you get your protein?
Yep.
Work out, recover, get some delicious desserts which are healthy, or just if you want healthy food, that protein book is it's all whole food, so it's great for anyone. You don't have to be an athlete, so buy them. They're great. We need your money. What else? Thanks for hanging out. If you're new here, we'd love you to become part of this wonderful community. You can do that by hitting the subscribe button, clicking the bell icon so you're notified of new videos. Check out my new
it's so
video.
good, that recipe. You got to make it. It's so good.
Tell them all about it.
It's just chicken made from seitan and chickpeas and chicken seasonings. It's like 3-4 ingredients, really easy. It's so versatile. You just cook it up. You can put some in the fridge, some in the freezer, and you can make like chicken stir fry, chicken mayo sandwich, like anything where you'd normally have had chicken. Just have it in there. You said you liked it more than the chicken Subway that you had, didn't you?
Loads more. It's delicious. It's really delicious. There's the link, guys. Please give it a watch. Consider making it.
It's only short. It's really succinct recipe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to watch it, please just play it in another window because the algorithm will love you for it. And I'll love you for it. We need more views.
Yeah.
Right, is that all the things?
Yeah.
I'm back tomorrow morning, hopefully about 8 a.m. And hope to see you there. Is that all the things?
Yeah.
Okay, we love you very much. Thanks for hanging out. Bye for now. It's goodbye from me.
Goodbye from him.
Goodbye.
Goodbye from me.